This video will provide an overview of the parts of a foot valve and how to properly disassemble and reassemble a foot valve. Occasionally during operations, there are times where it will become necessary to take apart a foot valve to inspect it, to clean it, or maybe to replace a component that has failed. In order to successfully disassemble and reassemble a foot valve, it is important to be familiar with all of the pieces and understand the order and position of each piece. So here we have taken apart a foot valve so that we can show all of the pieces laid out. Anytime you are working with a foot valve, you should verify that you have all of the pieces shown here and that they are arranged in the correct order, otherwise the foot valve may not work properly. During this video, we will refer to each piece by the name shown here. Before you begin working on a foot valve, it is important to be aware of what type of chemical it was used with and review the SDS sheet for that chemical to understand any risks associated with handling that foot valve. You should also make sure you are wearing the proper PPE, in this case gloves and eye protection or a face shield. If you have any questions or are unsure about how to perform any of the activities shown in this video, please contact your supervisor or Xgenix before you begin working. We are going to start with disassembling this foot valve and then we will reassemble it. In this example, we are going to start from the bottom with the weighted ceramic inlet and work our way up. When we reassemble it, we will do the same thing. To begin, we will unscrew the weighted ceramic inlet from the rest of the foot valve. Inside the inlet, you should find the screen, spacer ring, suction column, and a small white washer. Remove the ball and the ball seat from the check valve column. You may need to use a small tool like the one shown here. Be careful that you do not lose the ball as you remove it from the check valve column. Next, remove the check valve column from the main body of the foot valve. Next, unscrew the main body piece from the tubing connection pieces of the foot valve. Take note of the arrow directional on the main body piece when both disassembling and later reassembling the foot valve. The arrow should always be pointing away from the weighted ceramic inlet. Now that you have all the pieces disconnected, you should be able to remove the tubing ferrule and tubing collar from the inside of the tubing nut. There may also be a white, brown, or black colored washer inside the tubing connector. Once you have the foot valve disassembled, it is easy to inspect the individual parts to ensure that they are all clean and in good condition. Pay special attention to the screen, suction column, and check valve column as those can easily become clogged with material which can lead to the foot valve not working properly. Once you have inspected all of the individual pieces and are confident that everything's in good shape, you can put the foot valve back together. To reassemble the foot valve, we are going to start from the bottom and build from there just as we did when we disassembled. To begin, place the screen inside the ceramic weighted inlet and then add the spacer ring on top. Next, place the suction column on top of the spacer ring. Pay close attention to the direction of the suction column. You want to insert it so that the flat end is facing down toward the ceramic weighted inlet. Place the small white washer on top. Next, place the ball on top of the ball seat and place both on top of the white washer. Take care when handling the ball so that you do not lose it. Now, place the check valve column on top of the ball and ball seat. It is important to pay close attention to the direction of this piece as you place it. The flat end should be facing up toward you with the open end going around the ball and ball seat. Place the other white washer on top of the check valve column when finished. Now it is time to attach the main body to the pieces that we have just assembled. Take the main body piece and bring it down over the check valve column, taking care to ensure that the arrow is pointed up away from the ceramic weighted inlet. Once you feel all of the pieces seat together, twist the main body to screw it securely onto the other pieces. Take your final washer, which may be white, brown, or black depending on which chemical you are using with the foot valve, and place it on top of the main body. Take the tubing ferrule and tubing collar and place them on top of the washer. The tubing ferrule should be placed first. Finally, take the tubing nut and screw it securely onto the other pieces. Everything should be secure and there should be no unused pieces left on the table from the foot valve. This is how to properly disassemble and reassemble a foot valve, as well as how to identify each individual component.